Welcome to spectacular Boca Raton, Florida, Flagler Credit Union Stadium, home to the Florida Atlantic Owls. Memphis will kick it off to get us underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Florida Atlantic Owls offense will start this game off with the football. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
A strike downfield. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Right down the middle. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47. He's got an open man. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. Memphis picking up the tempo.
The biggest rule change for me, if I could make one in all of college football, would be illegal man downfield. And when they run these RPO plays and those linemen start to creep further and further down the field, I would love for the refs to call those more often. It's a cheating play, basically, running these RPOs. So hard to stop. Nice execution by the offense, but probably cheating too.
The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. He can't quite get there on the scramble. Dangerous with his feet, but this defense rises to the occasion and forces a 4th down. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. They get through, and it's blocked.
Man, I've been a holder. It's never fun to see a field goal blocked because you're so low to the ground and you have that unique perspective. You see the mountain growing in front of you. All those hands going up, and you know that kicker has got no shot. That thing is going to get blocked.
On the move, it's Terrell. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. With the catch, it's Henry. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. And the Owls come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
Yeah, and I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding 3rd and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a 4th down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
The safe call on the wide receiver screen. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. The Owls can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Going up top again. Caught near the sticks. It's Henry. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Caught behind the line. It's Terrell. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business.
Yeah, great catch, but great read. I love the quarterback understanding. You're going to see the blitz. I'm going to get the ball to my running back quickly, let him get the first down. Nice job by the quarterback seeing that really fast.
Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last one.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Owls!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And he made the extra point without problem. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Fielded in the end zone. It's Smith. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Memphis has the ball back, and the offense ready to go to work. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. From the gun, the running back looking for room. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Lewis to throw. Finds his tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. And that last completion left them short of the sticks. It's 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Bringing the heat. He's going to be a little bit short of that first down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble. Punt is in the air. Books it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks out just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield. And the Owls now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
Well, this guy struggled the last time out. He knew he had to get back in the film, get back to the practice field, and work on some things, and I think he did some good work because he's already thrown for more yards in this first quarter than he did his last time out.
Brought down at the 21-yard line, a 15-yard pickup, and they are in prime position to get points now. Florida Atlantic going back to work after moving the chains. Quick strike complete. It's a running room. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida Atlantic has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Throw straight ahead. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of pay dirt. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Bussey. And the returner will be brought down.
You know, a lot of offensive coordinators script the first 5 to 10 to 15 plays. You don't usually draw that up for inside your own 10. Bad field position to start. This offense needs to come out and get a few positive plays first to get out the shadow of your own end zone.
Gives it on the option. Fighting off the defender. It's these little moments like that that can help an offense as he gets it up to the 16-yard line. And the Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll move the tight end. They'll run play action. Here's the pressure. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on 2nd and short. And I love the quarterback here. He drops back the pass thinking being aggressive. Nothing of it.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
You're not going to win a lot of games if you can't protect your quarterback. In their last game, they got sacked 4 times, lost the game. And so far in this one, they're having difficulty again. These guys up front have got to do a better job communicating and giving their QB time.
Lewis wants to pass. Gets it out fast. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Memphis will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Got a man. It's Terrell. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
All right, 2nd quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Caught in the backfield, it's Smith. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll run the toss. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29. The Owls are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Terrell. He'll come through on 3rd down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. Florida Atlantic will go to work with a fresh set of downs. They'll go to the ground. Defense there to stop him at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Grab behind the line. It's Smith. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
Here comes the heat. Couldn't find anywhere to throw the football, just got rid of it, and that's the #1 thing. Avoid disaster here. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. Coming out with it, it's Bussey. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone, and you're stopped at the 8. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Got it in the middle, it's Thompson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Here on 3rd down. Lewis to throw. Under fire. Catch in the middle, it's Smith. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Makes the catch. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Memphis wants to move quickly. 2nd down, he'll throw it. It's complete on the right side. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Got him downfield. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37.
And you just wonder now, is that the play that's finally going to wake this offense up? They've been sluggish throughout the entire first half, but could that be the thing that finally just gives them a little bit of a jolt and leads them to scoring some points here before this half is over?
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Tigers line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. Skips away from pressure. Turning on the Jets. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Pressure coming. He's dropped on the sack, and now the hill gets even steeper. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Lewis wants to pass. He's going for the goal line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And it's 3rd down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. Might want to muster up that protection. They had one blocked earlier. Splits the uprights. Good. Are forced to settle for 3. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. From inside the 10, here he comes. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, looks like we've got a great atmosphere today in Boca Raton. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Howard Schnellenberger Field.
Florida Atlantic about to boot it away and get this second half underway. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Trying to set the tone with the run. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Lewis to throw. Under fire. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Gives it on the option. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They bring the punter onto the field now. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. They'll start this drive from the 42. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. That's caught. It's Zimmerman. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
Makes a grab past the marker. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the 4th down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. 4th down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big 4th down conversion.
He's run out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 26.
Well, the offense just taking what the defense gives them there. There's a lot of cushion out in coverage, so that was just too easy for the quarterback. Spits it out, and they pick up the first.
Wants to throw it. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much. And the Owls really need to keep this drive alive on third down. To the ground to try to move the chains. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Well, they come up short. It's now going to set up 4th and 1. If I'm this offensive coordinator, I'm finding who's my biggest, most physical back, the guy that I can trust to get north and go get me this first down.
And so I'm bringing all the big bodies in on the defensive line, and I'm making sure I get a little bit of penetration so I don't let that big running back get downhill so he can fall forward, so he can get momentum.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30. Off play action on first down. Fires to the big fella. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Motion from the wideout. Lewis wants to pass. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. He'll try to really get into this one. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Henry. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Got it in the middle, it's Wilson. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
He is delivering the blow while running the ball, and he gets it to the 39. The Owls with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Sends it back in motion. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Spits it out to the back. This time it's complete. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets them a first at the 29. This Florida Atlantic offense is moving quickly. The give to the left side. They pull him down after a 4-yard gain down to the 24.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy and let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Now on third down, this offense has been rolling. Can the defense stand tall? From the gun, wants to pass. A shot toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. He'll bring it out. It's Bussey. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and at this point of the game, you just can't afford many of those. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Cross. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Yeah, this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's later in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. And he was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
They'll send the tight end in motion. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Turning it on! And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. And the Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Lewis to throw. Pocket breaking down. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Second down, they'll go to the air. It's caught.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
The Tigers come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. Looking deep down the right side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Trying to keep this drive alive. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on fourth down and you decide to run the football, you've got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. And they didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward if they're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack. Florida Atlantic goes to work with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
And this one isn't over because the defense still has 3 timeouts left, but man, that clock is ticking, and they can just run the football up multiple possessions. They're going to need something magical to happen. They're going to need to start stripping at that football, create some turnovers, and get lucky down the stretch.
How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wide receiver going in motion. Leaves it with the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. It's good. And that lead grows even bigger.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Rides to back and leaves it. Moving past the 25. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big game for the offense.
Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Lewis wants to pass. He's going to throw deep right side. Intercepted deep in his own end. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Back has it. Found a little room out of the Wildcat that time, just short of the 1st down.
Smart offense. I love it, man. Make them use that timeout. Run the football. I can run the football and let that clock now tick inside of a minute. I'm in great situation to win this football game. Just be smart and keep that thing running.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
The little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Snap to the back. They found a little running room out of the Wildcats, still short of the first down marker. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just getting the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got